Hello, my loves. Jam. Welcome to our retreat B, helping you to activate with these super high June energies. Holy wowzers. We thought May was intense, right? So I know all the details are on your sales page about this retreat, but I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about it. And I also wanted to do just a little mini healing too. So in a few minutes, after I talk about the retreat, I will tune in to you guys and just see what you're needing right now for support on your path. So the retreat B is this weekend, June 12th and 13th, 1 p.m. Eastern to 3:15 p.m. Eastern for both days. And I've been calling the month of June the June Jumps because, as you can feel, today is June 5th. Already since June 1, we have been going and going and going and going energetically so fast and so deep. And so for me, when this retreat first came, when Spirit gave me this retreat to do back in April, when I was planning it, I was seeing that June has these super intense forward movements and forward movements and forward movements and energies coming in and coming in. And it's like we're constantly leaping forward and jumping forward and jumping forward. So that's why I'm calling it the June Jumps. And when June 1 started, I'm like, yo, this is no joke, right? We just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's like the depths of you know, the history in our systems that are being triggered. And I just want to talk about the last 2 weeks in May for a second. So the last 2 weeks in May brought up a lot of old, you know, really what issue isn't old, right? But it brought up a lot of old habit and deeper levels of our issues that feel like we already worked on them and we already did healing on them. And so there was this experience from many people being like, I've already worked on this stuff. Like, how is this so hard? How is this so challenging? And I'm bringing this up because the higher the energies are, the deeper we go, and we're going deeper and deeper and deeper into our issues, getting to the bottom of our soul history, of our cellular memory, of our habits in the system, of our patterns, of our feelings that haven't been resolved fully, of these ideas of ourselves, of the ego. And it's the depths of the layers are, you know, really down in there. So the June energies, the light is so fast and so high and so much, and it like comes in these massive bursts. It's really triggering the depths of our issues. So we've already done healing here, we could say, right? And now we're all here. You know, it's just so deep. And it, you know, it doesn't, it's relentless. It doesn't give up. The light just keeps coming and coming and coming. So there's two things I want to say. The June energies are activating you. They're activating and activating and activating and activating. So the more you get activated into who you are, the more these old issues are coming up to clear. So I'm going to describe it. It's like there's this image and there's two parts to you. One part is the awakened self that's being activated and activated and activated and turning on and turning on and turning on. And then this other part is the old self, is the old identities, is the egoic consciousness, is the belief systems, the stories, the painful experiences, the joyous experiences. This part has all the identity of who you played, of who you really believed you were. This part is totally awake, free in itself, clear, and present and here now. And so the more these higher frequencies come in to activate this, the more this heals, the more this part comes up. So this retreat specifically will be to help this old part of you, we could say, heal super fast and accelerate its healing and its letting go and it's awakening and it's reconciling, whatever it is that you are needing to help the truth of you take up even more space. It's like on one level, this part of you heals and lets go, and there's just this. On another level, we could say these merge, right? The old self merges with the true self, and the true self takes up more space and more space and more space and reconciles all of this history of your identity. There's a lot of ways we can describe, what these things look like psychically of when we awaken. So all of us are having these both experiences, right? There's our old self and there's the truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is like eating, eating the old self. And so the more the old self, we could say the past energy, the past soul choices can realize the truth of who they are and heal, the easier this whole process is, right? This whole embodiment process is. So this retreat specifically will be working on this part of you to accelerate the ability for this part of you to heal, let go, and reconcile its history, so this part of you can come online that much easier and have that much more space to activate and embody. And it's like this part almost just kind of disappears over time, and the truth just takes over. And so this retreat will be working on both parts, and I'm simplifying it because there's so many things we're going to do, but it's going to be working on both of these parts of you because they are both valid. Your old self is just as valid as your present, true, awakened self. And this present, true, awakened self, we could say, is coming out of this. It's coming out of the identity of all of our history. Like, it's so major, right? So Spirit is offering this retreat to help you heal and let go faster, easier, quicker, so the truth of who you are can take up more space more easily. So we could say that's one part of the retreat. And simultaneously, what will be happening is as we're clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing, we're going to be activating you and activating you and activating you and partnering with the June energies to bring the activations that are going to happen anyway. But what we do in these group power sessions is we work with what is going to happen anyway now, presently, so your system can start aligning quicker and faster. And when these activations start happening more and more and more within you, you would have already had, your consciousness would have already been activated and already been activating, so it recognizes it and it makes it easier on the system. And you leap forward through thresholds of consciousness that would have taken months, years, lifetimes, and we can do it together now, because how we work together is with the sanctity of you. And this truth of who you are, the sanctity, the sacred foundational truth of you knows where you are in your path, and it knows what you can accelerate. It knows what you can leap forward quicker. And so the retreat is like this big buffet of massive major healing and also massive major accelerated awakening to help your system align with all of this intense June energies and upgrade physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And so all of you who come bring the very specific details and life themes that we work with. It's all you. So it's like the container of the group is already put forth from Spirit of, hey, here's what we're going to work with. And then you guys come into the container and bring all of the details. So it's like the house is already here, the room is already here. We just wait for you and what it is you're going to bring to help, this old part of you heal much, much, much quicker than it normally would on its own, because our group energy is that amplified, sacred grace that works with the truth of who you are to help you realize yourself faster. Whew. So, you know, it's really hard to talk about this healing with words because it's so beyond words. Like, I get so many emails from people who attend my group power session and the retreats saying, I don't really have the words to describe how different I feel, but I feel so connected to myself. I feel deeper than ever. I hear my intuition stronger than ever. I just feel so quiet or so peaceful. I just feel different, you know? And it's like, to quantify awakening with words is impossible. To talk about the truth in words, to point to the absolute truth, is impossible. It can only really be felt directly from you, as you, right? So it's this beyond words explanation of what we do in this retreat. It's beyond words of explanation of how much more deeply embodied you go. Because it's this direct experience with yourself. And again, we don't have words to describe the truth of who you are. It can really only be felt directly from you. So the whole retreat, again, is based on bringing you into that awakening, working with these super, super high June energies to help you activate easier and quicker of what is rightful for you, what is true for you, and really align you with your heart's rightful path. So that's what I want to say about the retreat. And also, when you purchase this retreat, package B, you get the replays of retreat A that happened in May, and that was our spring cleaning and purification. And so that's a really good one to listen to again now, because this deep clearing that we did in May is really appropriate again now, because the more we clear out, the more we heal ourselves, the easier it is to be ourselves, right? And the other thing I feel to say right now is healing is really hard to talk about because it sounds like we're trying to get rid of something or fix something because it shouldn't be here. The truth is, why we do healing is because you are changing, you are evolving, and you are awakening. And so the old ways that we used to be are coming into their natural change, coming into their natural need to end, because we're awakening and evolving. So when we do healing, we help these parts of you that are just naturally on that course of shifting and evolving to help them do it that much easier through grace and love and lots of laughter. We get to laugh a lot too. So, yeah, you know, I never know what I'm going to say in these videos. I just know I need to do them. So, you know, in spirit right now, so we're going to move into our healing right now, our little mini healing. And spirit right now is just telling you that this spark of truth, this spark of light that you are within you is so bright and so present. And what we are naturally more inclined to pay attention to is the stuff around that light, our old self, our old identity, because we've been that as long as we can remember. You know, it's like telling a tiger you're really a chicken. And the tiger's been a tiger for 50 gazillion years. It's like, I don't know really how to be a chicken, right? But the chicken within the tiger knows how to be that chicken, right? And the tiger naturally starts to shapeshift into who and what it really is. So I don't know where that analogy is coming from, but there you go. It's time to be our chicken. Time to be the chicken. All right, you guys, so I'm going to tune into you right now and see what it is we want to do, you know, with these June energies now. Okay, so, you know, it's interesting that I just used this analogy of the chicken becoming the tiger, or the tiger letting go to become the chicken, because just like Spirit said, there's a spark inside of you. That's the truth of who you are. And then around that is the old identity, right? The old identity of the tiger. And so I feel like what we want to do right now is to help that old identity let go just a little bit more, to bring the truth of you more forward. Okay, so what I want you to do right now, if you can, is to just bring your awareness within yourself and to recognize the truth of you that's already here, it's already within. It's quiet, it's spacious, it's alive. It's like aliveness. It's everywhere. You know, what are the qualities that feel to you of the truth inside of you? And then just gently also notice the old identity, the thoughts or belief systems, or just how it's felt to be a you, right? A me. And we're just gently going to help that old me or that old you alchemize. It's like, you know, consciousness shifting into a different consciousness, right? And it's safe to awaken to who you really are. It's natural. It's time. What is that truth in you that it is time to be? And it's like, I keep feeling from Spirit to tell you, to tell those old parts of you that it's safe to let go. It's safe to return to the truth of who they've always been. And that might mean some of these parts just let go and are done, and some may alchemize, you know, it may shift into the truth of who you are. Because every day, every moment of every day, different parts need different things to heal and awaken. So some days you may feel like you literally need to merge into the truth of who you are. And some days you may feel like these identities can just go poof and just return to source, just to become nothingness. So what is it you're needing right now to allow that old identity, to allow the tiger to let go? And can you also notice that there are both parts? There's the truth of you, and then there's the stuff. And when you look at the stuff from the truth of you, the stuff is okay, right? The stuff is okay. It's only when we become the stuff that we feel like we have a problem, you know? But when we can hold it through presence and through that truth of who we are, we can approach it. We can approach it differently, right? So I just want to take another minute and just have you just sit with, you know, the dichotomy. You have your truth within, and then you have the old identity. And to just allow that old identity to feel safe in this environment within yourself, that it can let go. It can relax. It can heal. It can know itself. You're safe because you have you. All right, my loves. So I'm getting to end this recording now. I have no idea how long it was. Probably way longer than I intended. But when I get on these things, I never know what needs to come through. Who would have ever thought we had to talk about awakening from a tiger chicken perspective? And you know, it's interesting when I get these things I need to say, I never know why. Sometimes my mind is like, chicken tiger? What are you talking about? But then I'll get an email or something from somebody and they'll be like, oh my God, what you said about chicken tiger was exactly, you know, so I just deeply, deeply trust the information that comes through to share with you. All right, my love, so I will see you this Saturday and Sunday, June 12th and 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I will email you the Zoom information the day before. And so you'll have that as well. And yeah, I will see you then, my loves. Bye for now.